Hello, everybody, and welcome to a preview of what it is to participate in hashtag BioAday 2022. It's very, very simple. What I'm challenging you to do, and I'm challenging myself as well, is to create a little story about each of your ancestors, just one per day. Now, I know that I tend to work as I can from the viewpoint of a FamilySearch person, an LDS person who has access to this little extra icon up here with the blue check next to it, the FamilySearch ID, the FamilySearch link up. And I want to try to put it in front of you that you don't need that in order to be able to do this work. It's very, very simple. This is Emma Cleora Walker. She's my second great grandmother. And I'm going to go to facts here. And I've noted that I have an obituary clipping for her, and that's great. And you can see after the words second great grandmother that there is a note for her. And it has in there the text of her obituary because I copied the OCR from newspapers.com. I did not credit it properly, and I do have to do that. But I'm going to show you an even simpler way right now of creating a bio. So if you are an LDS, if you don't have FamilySearch and Ancestry linked up to one another in such a way that you can transfer data back and forth, there's a simpler way to do it. So the first thing you need to do is you need to download the FamilySearch app to your phone. It's called FamilyTree. It has the same logo, this tree with the little square sort of picture frames instead of leaves. And you need that. The other way that you can do this is you can do it on your computer, in which case you're going to be flipping in your browser between two tabs. One, FamilySearch, into which you're logged in, and the other, Ancestry, into which you are logged in and you're in your tree. If you want to do this in WikiTree instead of in Ancestry, instead of FamilySearch, do that. So you've got a tab with Ancestry and a tab with WikiTree. That's fine. I'm showing you the easiest way to do it, regardless of what site you're using other than Ancestry. So first things first, she's my second great grandmother. I have my family well documented going a ways back, particularly in this line. And so I'm going to flip over to the FamilyTree app by hitting my, what is it, double lines, triple lines? I can't tell. Even with my glasses on, I can't see anything anymore. Tapping, and I'm moving over. Here she is. Now, the way that I want to be able to find her, okay? I want to make her findable for myself in shorthand in Ancestry. And the best way to do that is to copy her FamilySearch ID and paste it into Ancestry. So what is that FSID? It's right after the dates underneath her name. It is 2992-NW4. All I have to do is highlight it, and I've copied it. That's it. It's so simple. And then I hit my triple lines at the bottom of the screen, flip back over, and here in the birth field, you can't do it using the pencil in the upper right with the quick edit. But if I tap the field that says birth and then 28 February and everything like that, here in the timeline, if I tap it once, the edit option comes up. And that edit option provides me with a description field. You can see that there is an obituary clipping because I said so. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to knock that down a line, and I'm going to say FSID and then a space, and I'm going to paste in the FSID that I pulled from FamilySearch. So what does that do for me? If I'm not LDS and I want to see who this person is and how to find this person in FamilySearch, that's my breadcrumb trail. That's how I can find it. When I close this and I'm back to the timeline view of Emma Cleora Walker with facts and then underneath it facts, you can see there's the FSID and then I say that there's an obituary clipping. Now, the normal place that I would be drawing a bio a day from is so simple and so straightforward, it's like silly. And that is by going over to Life Story. I tap on Life Story, and right here, it's been written for me by Ancestry. And all I have to do is highlight this right there, copy it, flip back over to where she is, or, if you haven't opened it yet, you go into FamilySearch and you find it using the spyglass. But then, now it looks different in different settings. In my phone, I'm going to need to hit this blue and white plus sign in order to add her life sketch. That's what it's called, life sketch. If I'm working on a laptop or a regular PC computer, the life story exists directly below her photograph name and dates and places. Either way, I need to go all the way to the bottom here. There's no life sketch for her. So I have two options. I have the text of the obituary, and I have the life sketch that was written up for me handily enough by Ancestry. I'm going to start with the Ancestry one. So this is all I have to do. Tap on the plus sign, go to the life sketch, which is under add other information. Tap on life sketch and paste it. That's it. Now, I can augment that later, right? If there are things particularly true for men who had professions when women did not necessarily, I can augment that by looking at the census records and say, if this were for Homer, I would say Homer was a medical doctor, and he was the town doctor for New Ross, Indiana, and he was a botanist, and he lectured on botany throughout Indiana. But for this, I know that Emma, for instance, I know she tatted lace, and I know that she did a lot of other handicrafts. If I want to come back later and do that, I can add that information in. But in the meantime, all I have to do, save it. I have done my work. That's it. You see how quick that was? And I was explaining, which made it a lot longer-winded. That took about a minute, though, if you take out all of my yammering. Now, I also want to add the text of her obituary. So how do I do that? I'm going to go back. Now, I know it's in a note, and it's teeny tiny, and I'm going to tap it with my pointer finger, which is kind of big, but here we go. Tap. There we go. Yay. I popped it in notes. The other thing that I would do with the information that I got from the pre-written thing from Ancestry, where it pulls the facts and gives you a paragraph, is I would simply go in here and paste it. Bam. If I were to do that, just that, with one person every day in Ancestry, then I would have a note that I could also augment and then copy over to WikiTree or copy over to FamilySearch. Now, the other thing that I'm going to do here, because I know that the obituary newspaper clipping is here, is I'm going to, hang on, there we go. So this, everything down from obituary all the way down. Come on. Okay, it's not going to let me do it because it's small and very annoying. Okay, then what I'm going to do is I'm going to copy that first paragraph in the heading. I'm going to go back over to FamilySearch, and I'm going to edit the life sketch, pop it in there, continue, save it. And I'm just going to keep doing this in chunks until I get everything in. So I've gotten the first paragraph. So now I need to get that second paragraph. Okay, so I'm going to copy that. I'm going to go over, flip over the other tab, open up the edit life sketch, hit the return, and then bam. Okay, here we go. It's done. That's it. Now I'm going to need to put that obituary citation in, and I'm not sure where it is. It's probably in a Crawfordsville paper, and I will hunt that up in newspapers.com. It's very important to do that because this is copyrighted material. And so the other thing that I can do is that I can go in here and I can simply say, in possession of family newspaper info not yet discovered. That at least lets people know that I am trying to find the proper citation information for this. And here it is. Now we have a really nicely spelled out one. But this is all, that's gravy. Anything here above the word from and from obituary newspaper, that's all gravy. All you need to do in order to keep up with this challenge is that couple of minutes of copying what was in Ancestry and then popping it over here. So again, let's go over to Ancestry and look at her. Where is it? This is what you normally see when you look at a person's profile. It's under life story. It's created by Ancestry. You can edit it there as well if you want to. You don't have to use the notes field. That's simply another way to do it. You copy what's here, and then you go and find the person. If you aren't in your family tree and you're just right at the splash page for FamilySearch and you want to find her, you find her by finding this FSID, okay? And that's how you locate the person, and you simply flip back and forth between tabs on your laptop or computer, or you flip back and forth between, I use Chrome on my phone, so my Chrome browser and the Family Tree app to find her, to paste that information in, and to go on. Let's go with another one, an easier one probably, and that's her mom, because it's really short, because her mom died of disease young. So let's see. I'm going to go to the tree. I'm going to go to the splashiest splash screen. I'm going to go here, and let's see what I'm going to do. Here's Emma. I need to copy her ID and paste it in here. So this is the first thing that I'm doing because I'm in there. Putting her FSID in here so that I can always find her regardless of where I am. Okay. Now, I'm you. I don't have, in fact, I'm going to close FamilySearch altogether. I'm you. I'm in my Ancestry tree. I have not even opened up a tab for FamilySearch yet. I am working on my phone, and I have the FamilySearch, or the Family Tree app, the FamilySearch app called Family Tree. I hate that they don't just call it FamilySearch. It makes me crazy. I'm going to open that app because I've just been in it. There you go. I'm not going to look for her in the tree. I'm just going to make life even simpler than that. Flip back over here, and I can copy just that little bit. That's her FSID. Copy it. Come back over here. Here's how to find it. Go to the spyglass. Find by ID. Paste it. You can see it at the top of my keyboard, but I could also just simply hold down and go paste from my clipboard. There it is. And there she is. Now, under details, I don't see a whole lot for her, right? She was alive before 1850. She was not enumerated on any census records. So there are no census records even for her. So I'm looking and I'm not seeing a whole lot. I can add her life story to her. How do I do that? I go back to Ancestry. I go to life story. It wrote a life story for her. And then I hit the plus sign. If I were in a regular browser, I would be up at the top and I would be under Life Sketch. But in this case, I'm hitting the plus sign. I'm finding Life Sketch and I'm simply pasting. What I can also say is that I know that she died of cholera. So she died as a young mother on July 30, 1849 of cholera. I'm going to take that comma out because I hate that. In Lexington, Kentucky. There you go. That right there is it. That's all you need to do. And if I wanted to, I could come over here and I could edit that here, and I could say of cholera nick out that in, and instead of her hometown, say Lexington, Kentucky. Oops, I hate it when there are all these normal fat fingers that I make, and that's one of them. Save it. There's her bio. Now there's a bio for her in Ancestry. There's a bio for her in FamilySearch. I can augment that by saying her husband was a woodworker. I do know that he played the mandolin because there's one photograph of her husband, which is amazing, and he's holding a mandolin in it. So I know that he played mandolin. I don't know much else about her, unfortunately. But what I'm doing with this process and with this idea of Bio a Day 2022 is I'm creating some kind of documentation for her, something that makes her more human than these few dates. I don't even have a birth date for her. And the other thing I can do while I'm in here, of course, is I can clean up the formats. But, you know, all I've got is I've got some family Bible type records, and that's it. And, you know, that's kind of a crummy way to not really honor this woman. She had 2 kids. One of them fought for the North. You know, it's pretty cool. Her family has an interesting tradition. Her last name is Pig. That's kind of fun. There's all this stuff there. And, you know, without my even putting in this minimal life sketch, there's absolutely nothing that anybody would really know about her ever. But now I can hope that some family, her parents, you gotta love this, Pig and Pogue. That's pretty awesome. That's pretty good names, don't you think? Somebody from the Pogue family or somebody from the Pig family might well end up having some kind of information about her, maybe a letter or something like that. She didn't live long enough to be photographed, but maybe a letter or some kind of an accounting of her that exists. You can see that one of her sisters, Nancy Ann Nanny Pig, she lived to be photographed. And, you know, maybe that family has some information. Maybe they know about who else in the family died in that cholera epidemic or in a subsequent one, because a lot of people with the names Pogue and Pig did die in these cholera epidemics in Lexington, which were quite common because there was stagnant water in the summers. So this is what we can do, however minimal, to honor our ancestors by making them jump off the page and move from, yes, you got it, from paper to people. Make them into humans. So that's my plan, folks. That's my fail plan. That's what I'd like for you to do. And get an early start in it. I've gotten an early start on it, and it's really cool. It's really a lot of fun. It's helping me to get to know these people a little bit better and to understand things about them that I didn't understand before. And we can all stand to know more about the people we came from, right? That's why we do this. So with that, I will leave you to say that I don't know if I will be posting another video before New Year's Eve. And if not, have a great New Year's Eve, a great New Year's Day. And let's all work together, love one another, buoy one another up, and support one another so that we can all get through 2022 and even enjoy it. What do you think? Can we try that? I say we try it. I say we can do it. Okay, great. So I'll talk to you guys soon. Bye-bye.